Let's move on now to famous brands, bringing it into the South African space. Here we own Steers, Wimpy, Debonairs, Tashas, and by word of mouth. Really, this is talking about that diversification you were alluding to. Some of them are fast food, other casual dining. In fact, Tashas, you could even say,
fine dining destination. Yeah, for sure. So by word of mouth, of course, their most recent acquisition, which speaks to all of that stuff around catering and food preparation, because they've done a lot of that, is building up the supply chain businesses.
They'll poach your tomatoes for you.
Much better than
market cap, 15 billion rand, PE of 21.1, and a dividend yield here of 1.4%. Share price graph.
Looks pretty good. 5 years chart. Kind of got to 150 and it has drifted around there for a while. Which
question is, of course, is there more upside here?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question. I mean, that's fantastic performance. That's 200% plus over a 5-year period for shareholders. And I think what's most impressive is, you know, probably second quarter of 2016, they really started to accelerate again when other companies might have plateaued. What's great about this company is that formidable portfolio of brands that they've got, and they just keep on adding to it and expanding to it in that regard. They recently added Paul, you know, the new French cafe.
They're building one of those
in Melrose Arch.
It's like 50 meters from my office. I can tell you, this is my restaurant. You see, it's got my name on it.
It's open and operating.
No, it's not opened yet.
I can see. Well, I'm glad that that's going to be your option over McDonald's.
It's like a pastry and restaurant type offering. I've not been in one yet, but
I think that might be the first one.
It comes from France.
Yeah, it does.
A lot at the airports again. So there's one Dubai International Airport.
The Paul.
Yes.
Yeah.
And thumbs up.
Very good. Very good. So there, you can have your client meetings there now.
Yeah, exactly.
I think what this company under Kevin Hedderwick did particularly well was about 10 years ago. You know, a lot of people in the space were focusing on, you know, the right restaurants, the right products, you know, creating the consumer environment, and they started to delve into the supply chain, and that has really become the backbone of the business. Because if you think about it, if you own the manufacturing, the distribution, two things happen. One is that you're able to, you know, you've got a captive audience. You have to supply all your franchisees, like the bread basket will bake pastries and that to feed into the various other companies. And two, you can control costs a lot better. So you're more competitive at the end user. And I mean, that has just worked phenomenally well for them.
I'm going back to my initial question, and Paul, will get you to interject here. But looking at the share price graph and the returns that have already been delivered to shareholders, can this one move in the foreseeable future?
Yeah, that's your investment question. I think yes, and the reason I do think that is that they are so well positioned for the growth in the middle class. They cater for so many areas along that with the supply chain backing it up. You are more insulated from any potential disappointments.
Well, that's good news for you.
Because they've already done the potato chip acquisition, which was, you know, down in the Saldanha area from
Lambert's, no, Koche, was it?
Well, Koche is where the cheese factory is, and also I think the
cheese.
ketchup. Then they've got the cater chain business, which does a lot of the meats and the meat preparation and so on.
So there's a whole distribution value chain being put into play.
There's a whole herd of pigs out in the Middelburg area who exist only to produce, you know, bacon for steers and so on. So there's a lot of that kind of stuff happening. And if you think about it, the by word of mouth thing is not only catering, but it's also prepared meals. That's becoming a big issue. App-based prepared meal solutions where people literally see what's available and it gets delivered right at the last moment.
Now that is a good idea.
Yeah. And they've made a few good acquisitions. Sorry to interrupt, but the Rockermamas has worked particularly well for them.
That's in Spur.
Of course. Sorry.
That's in Spur.
Yes.
Exactly.
Which is a great acquisition. I'm sure they would have loved to get it. But as far as that is concerned, also Mythos is another one that's a Greek type restaurant, and all sorts of things coming out.
So a big
Great
portfolio
Burger Company,
here.
that's what you're thinking
The
of.
Great Burger GBC.
That's the UK business. No, I don't know those either, but they're going to bring that back, which is the sort
I've
of
been wanting to
burger
sample
type.
a burger at the Great Burger Company.
It's a competitive space, but that's how this business built itself, of Steers and Wimpy. So
Girl-Made Burger Kitchen, that is the brand that they're bringing back in the UK.
Next time we do this conversation, I want you to have sampled it, I want myself to have sampled it, and we'll throw you in as well, Devin. You come back and have this
Because clearly that sort of artisanal organic burger offering is going to be big, and we know that that's, again, where the premium end of the market wants to go, and you'll see the menus at Steers is also even going to show those kind of specialization options.
Hot, not hot.
Yeah, hot for me. Not the cheapest stock you're going to buy. Again, so difficult to get into it. I think you've got to back this
Any
this team.
concern that Kevin Hedderwick is now executive kind of consultant rather than CEO?
And I saw he came off the Tiger Brands board because apparently
Yes.
he needs to have a backup, and he's going to be needing to recuperate from that.
Yeah. Look, you had a company man coming in Darren
Healy.
and yeah, I mean, I think that you got a really strong executive around him, so I'm not concerned about that. I think the brand portfolio with the supply chain will speak for itself.
So hot.
Hot for me.
Hot or not?
We own this one in the portfolio, and we definitely think it's got scope to grow, just because the fundamentals of that move out of home dining option is really covered well in this country.
And Tasha from Tashas is my all-time favorite. Just had to get that in there.